Hello cookies, it's Iri, I'm back and today we're going to test my wedding eye makeup look together. This video is very unprepared because I just came back from the dentist, so this side of my face is very stiff and I barely feel it actually. I've been running errands the whole day and my glasses have been, melting my makeup here, so my base is a total mess. But I really have to do this video because I really have to figure out my eye makeup look for my wedding day. And this is also a video that has been requested by many of you for the longest time, so I thought, you know what, this is supposed to be a fun experience. I mean, come on, testing your makeup for your wedding, it's kind of like fun, right? And since you cookies are my friends, I thought, let's just sit down with the friends and then just test out some makeup. And even though my base is not perfect, I mean, come on, you don't expect me to always be like super amazing looking, right? Especially for a relaxed video like this one. So yeah, let's just have fun. For the base and everything that is not the eyes, basically the base is my full base routine that you've seen in so many videos, so that's not going to change. Today, however, I have a Kat Von D foundation actually on and I'm testing it. I like how it is now, but I'm testing it for a few more hours just to see how it turns out. But otherwise, I'm going to keep using the Inglot foundation that you've seen me using. That's like the foundation that I know I'm going to be using on my wedding, unless the Kat Von D one pleases me more. So now I'm just kind of waiting and I'm going to choose between those two. I'm not going to mix because you've seen me mixing Tarte and Kevin Coin many times, but it's like when I mix, sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's slightly off, and I don't want it to be off on the wedding day, so that's why I'm like, no mixing today. Like, no mixing, I'm just going to grab one and that's going to be the only color. The blush is going to be this unique stunning blush that I actually have on myself right now. I've mentioned before that I really like this blush. I think it's pigmented, it lasts long, so that is definitely what I'm going to have. For contour, I'm going to go for a cream contouring, of course, but I'm going to also top it off with this Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette because I really like how it turns out and I really like this shade on me in the middle that I'm actually wearing today as well. So this is going to be what's going to top the cream contouring. And for highlight, I'm going to use this Makeup Addiction Cosmetics Holy Glow Volume 1 palette. And the reason is very simple. I'm going to mix those two shades actually, and I'm mixing both of them together because I noticed that I really love the Balm Mary Luminizer and I've been using it so much. I've been using it in every single video since I received it actually. But it is a tad too light for me, so on camera it looks really nice, but in real life it can look a little bit grayish, ashy. So I was looking for something that was a bit more yellow, and this shade is actually yellow. I mean, it's kind of like gold, but it's still too light for me, so when I mix those two together they look really, really nice, and I feel like in real life it looks really nice and on camera as well, so that's why I'm going to use this as my highlight. For the lips, I'm actually going to have this shade, which is Kat Von D Lolita 2 Everlasting Liquid Lipstick, or is it called Everlasting? I think it's called Everlasting, but it's my favorite. I made a top 5 favorite nude liquid lipstick video before, and this is my favorite. I really like it. I like that it's kiss proof, yeah! Because then when the guy goes, oh, do you want to take her? And then you're like, he's like, yeah, and then it's like, do you want to take him? And you're like, yeah, and then it's like, okay, now you can all smoosh up, and you just go smoosh up, and then it's not gonna be all over the place, it's going to be there. And this shade, when it starts to fade, it looks like my lips, kind of, more or less, so it's like it fades gracefully, so I like that. First I'm going to take this e.l.f. eyeshadow primer that is gold, and I like it. I mean, I'm not going for anything natural anyway because it's me, so let's just do it. And I'm only going to do this eye here first because if I don't like how it looks like, I'm just going to switch to the other eye. It's getting crusty, I don't know why, which is bad. I don't know why it's getting crusty. I think it's because I have some powder on already from previously, as in I was running errands like I said and I had powder on my lid, so maybe, but now it's crusty. and it's just falling down. I kind of scraped it off because I didn't like how crusty it was. It's never done that before. I've used it a couple of times, but I think it's because I usually avoid the eye area when I powder when I get ready, but since today I was running errands, I couldn't just, you know, leave it all oily there. So it got kind of really crusty, so I'm going to switch to the one that is not gold instead. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of good that I discovered that, okay, you can get like that, because honestly, I've done bride's makeup and, you know, I could imagine how it feels like getting ready for your wedding. It's like everything is so freaking stressful that you really just don't want to have anything that goes weird, even if it's just the base, because, you know, if you already do your whole face like full contour and everything like I did just now, and then this messes up and you have to wash it, maybe it's gonna ruin everything else. First I'm grabbing this gold here from the Makeup Addiction Cosmetics Flame in Love palette, and I'm just going to have it on the inner corner of my eyes. Next I'm going to take Flame Point from Sugar Pill, and I'm just going to apply it after the gold. One thing that I like about testing this here with you and testing the makeup is that so I can see if it looks good in real life, in video and on photo, because sometimes it can be very tricky to have all three of those look good together. But I'm trying to tell myself, come on, it's okay, it's just one more makeup and it shouldn't be overly complicated either, because on the day of the wedding itself I don't want to spend 8 hours on the makeup, so it should be fairly simple. But I'm overly stressed, and right now I was stressed because I'm like, oh, they don't blend well together, it doesn't look good. I mean, it's good that I noticed it now, but then again in real life it looks nice. So when I look at it here, it doesn't look good, but then I have my lights all around. But when I'm in the daylight by the window, it looks super well blended. So I'm going to see on camera later when I'm editing this video if it looks good, so then I can see. Next I'm going to take, and see I'm even holding 2 brushes at the same time because I'm overly stressed. I'm going to take Love Plus from Sugar Pill, and yeah, I'm just going to continue what I've been doing. So you kind of guess that it's going to be a gradient of shades of colors that I really like. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, all the products that I'm using are some of my favorites. I mean, they're literally my favorites. So I was like, okay, which products do I usually really like and how do I like using them? So I'm just taking the products that I really like. So when I've mentioned all these products to you before, I was actually not lying. When I say I really like the stuff, I do. Otherwise I wouldn't be wearing them for my wedding, right? This is Chocolate Cherry Cake from Star Crushed Minerals, and it is actually one of my absolute favorite matte eyeshadows, and I really like it. And yeah, I'm just going to continue what I was doing. I'm so stressed. It's like, I wish you cookies were here in real life, like next to me, so that we could crack some jokes and talk about my drool at the dentist so I don't stress out too much. And then here I'm just going to try to do a cat eye look, because that's what I'm going for. And now I'm just going to apply Chocolate Cherry Cake under my eyes. Oh, the stress is so real. I'm giving myself self-pressure, which is just ridiculous, because when I do bridal, let me just continue at the same time so I don't just talk and do nothing. When I do bridal, I kind of really want it to be a really nice makeup, of course, because it's someone's big day, you know, so I want to give all my all and be like, Gambate! And just do like the perfect makeup on my clients. But then now, since it's on me and I'm just here like, come on, you have to make the best makeup you've ever done on yourself, and I'm just here like, yeah, but I can't just put so much pressure on me. So I'm like auto-pressuring, and it's like, yeah. By the way, I'm not going to have those blue lenses on the on the wedding I'm going to have dark ones, so my thought was, yeah, to have like dark lenses. So you've seen them, actually I wore them on the My Boyfriend Shaves My Head video. So they're really dark, and I really like dark eyes on me, like super dark, not dark brown but like black. This was more or less the design I was kind of going for, but I feel like it's a bit... There's something, I don't really like it. In my head it looked nice, but now I'm like, so I'm just going to take this purple here and I'm just going to try and make it not so sharp here, and then I will see, because right now I'm having a moment where I'm like, the design is what I wanted, but it is not quite what I wanted, as in the colors I like, but there is something that I don't really like right now about the look. So I will try and figure something out and, you know, see what I can do. Next I'm going to take this shade here again, and I have to say that right now I'm not really sure what I'm doing anymore, because it kind of looks okay, but I don't know if it looks like how I want it to look like. So I'm just gonna continue and see what happens. Change of plans. So right now I'm a bit confused because it looks nice and I like the color scheme, I like what's happening here, but there's something about it that I don't like. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not what I want my wedding makeup to look like. It's not the colors, okay? The colors are like, yeah, give me so many colors for my wedding, I like that. But it's just like, I feel like the shape or something I did there, I don't really like. So that's why there's two eyes. We're going to try something else on this left eye. So I'm going to take another approach with other products that I really like as well. As usual, I'm starting with the primer first. So I'm just going to prime the left eye. And I still have powder there, so it might get crusty. It didn't get crusty actually, so now I'm relieved, because I'm like, okay, so now I know that I can definitely count on this primer. So that's already something. The first shade is going to be this broken eyeshadow from I Done Minerals. And I haven't used this shade actually for a very long time. But one thing that I remember when I saw it, I was just checking for my gold stuff, because I feel like maybe the gold on this is a bit too yellow for me. I remember that this eyeshadow from I Done Minerals, I thought, wow, it's super expensive, but after 2-3 months of checking it out almost every day, I decided to buy it. And I'm like, you know, there must have been a reason that I really wanted it. So that's why I'm taking a new approach. It's still gold and, you know, it's still really gold, but it's not as yellow as this one. Next I'm going to use the Rust Eye Quad from Kat Von D, and you cookies know it's my favorite, and I'm taking the brown shade and I'm just going to apply it on the other half of my eye. And one thing as well is that since I panicked so much just now trying to do this look and that I've been lazy, most of my brushes are dirty. So I kind of have to manage with the few ones that are not dirty, and I'm just freaking out. You would expect this to be much easier, but I'm totally freaking out right now because I have 20 brushes there that are used, because when I panic I take like many brushes for many colors, and then I don't even know which brushes to use or which shade to use. This is a complete disaster. So I'm just so confused right now because nothing is turning out like I want it to be. And I'm just like, I have to get a hold of myself. This is not going to happen by itself, and everything is like laying there. And my favorite brushes for eye brushes, face brushes, whatever, all dirty, so I couldn't use them today. I have other brushes I really like here, but now I just dirtied them with this, so now I'm like, I have about 15 brushes left for eyes, and I know you might say, but that's 15, but you know, when you're trying lots of stuff, it doesn't always work out, so whew. This cookie has to relax right now. One thing I'm going to do now though is take the same brown and apply it under my eyes because that was the plan anyway. So that is kind of like easy. I know that I want something to accentuate, you know, like under my eyes, but I definitely don't want to have black on like the wedding day, like nowhere, because black always makes one look so freaking tired after a few hours, even if it doesn't like, you know, run down. It's just really tricky on weddings. So I always discourage, you know, people that want to use black. Of course, if it's a customer and they really want black, I'm like, yeah, I can do it, but I would seriously never recommend having black for the wedding. If you think you might cry, or it's going to get hot, or you're gonna get stressed and sweat, or anything really, it's just so tricky. And it's like, even if it's like super waterproof, somehow it just makes the under eyes so tired after a while. Yeah, so I'm just kind of trying my best with the brushes I have, and you know, I'm just gonna try to have fun with this now. I mean, come on, how hard could this be? Seriously, it's hard. I kind of like that blue under the eyes, so I'm going to apply it under this one as well. But this time I'm not going to have it super high like this one here. So I'm just going to have it like right under. I don't know, I think it gives it a kind of nice pop of color. I just realized that the Eye de Minerals eyeshadow, this gold one that I applied first, doesn't blend well with the other shades. So I'm thinking that I have to choose another color for the inner, because my goal was basically to do a look that I used to do a lot in Singapore when I was dating. It has to be the right gold for my skin tone, and I know I sound so picky because they probably look nice, but it's like, it's my wedding makeup and I'm so freaked out because I don't have a third eye to try, because now I have another idea. So in the end, right now I'm just going to like stop it here and then try to think about some more things or improvise. I know that sounds super horrible, like I'm going to improvise my wedding makeup, but in the end, sometimes the looks that I actually improvise look much better than the ones that are super well thought. But I'm still very happy that I tried to do it today, because now I know that this that I was thinking is not working that well. And can you believe having to take this off on the day of the wedding itself? That would have been a disaster. So I'm like, this is not working, and that Eye de Minerals eyeshadow is not blending well with this shade here. So now I know that. So that's good, because now I know what's not working. So since I know what's not working, I might actually end up figuring out, you know, what's working. And that's the end of this video. I'm kind of sorry that we didn't get to the glitter part, because there is glitter. I'm definitely planning on having glitter on my wedding. So there is glitter, and I was thinking of the eyeliner design, because I'm not going to do a full eyeliner. It's probably just going to be an half eyeliner starting from the middle, because that's the style that I like the most on me. Since I'm not happy with either of those, it would be pointless to just continue with the glitter, the eyeliner, the falsies and everything. It's not a proper tutorial, but I feel like since I want to be close to you cookies, I kind of want this kind of experience where I'm literally just sitting here talking, trying to do my makeup and doing things, and you see me freak out. Because that's just how it is. I don't want it super staged, like, oh, this is the tutorial, I already know what I have in mind, this is going to be like this and this and this. I think it's kind of more natural when it's just like this, and then you see me in my raw state when I'm stressed, because it's so obvious I'm super stressed out about everything. And now I have to figure out what kind of makeup I will be wearing. At least I have everything else figured out except from the eyes. At worst, I could just do eyeliner and lashes and skip everything. If I'm really like, I have no idea what to do, then meh. And until next time, I will see you at the next video. Bye bye!